Welcome back to Cooking with Kenny. Thanks for joining me again. Today I'm going to share with you a shrimp, corn, and bacon pizza. It is one of my favorites now. It is so delicious, and let's just get right into it and go over the ingredients. You're going to need some pizza dough. I already have a video on my channel on how to make this. So I love to make homemade pizza dough. It is my favorite. And you're going to need some shrimp. This shrimp I already cooked a little bit in butter and seasoning. This Greek seasoning here. And you don't want to cook your shrimp all the way, but you want to give it a head start because it won't stay in the oven too long. And I'm going to use this can of fire roasted corn. I found this white pizza sauce in the store and I was excited to try it, and it is really good. So no need to make your own unless you want to do so, of course. And I'm going to use Fontina cheese, mozzarella and provolone cheese, some oregano, some garlic, and then you want to have some pre-cooked bacon. So those are the ingredients that you will need. Let's just get right into it. So now it's time to roll out the dough. I do want to mention that I bake my pizza on a pizza stone, but you can certainly use a pizza pan. But I would say don't be intimidated by a stone. And if you haven't tried it, give it a try. It really gives your pizza a nice texture and crispiness that I really like. I preheat my stone to 500 degrees. It takes about 30 minutes. So I make sure I always do that. And now I'm rolling out the dough. So I like to roll my dough out to not a perfect circle, but I like it to be in a circular shape. So what I do is I try to start with a circle, and as I'm rolling it out, I will turn it, and that helps me kind of keep it in a circle shape. But this is, a homemade pizza. If you want to do square, if you want to do any kind of shape, the world is your pickle. So just go for it. So here I'm rolling out. Make sure you use some flour so that it doesn't stick. And you do want to turn it like this because it helps with it not sticking and also helps with keeping the shape that you're going for. I like a thinner crust, so I like to roll my pizza dough out to a good size. I have a 15-inch pizza stone, so of course I make sure I keep it within that parameter. But you roll it out to the thickness that you like, and just try to make it as even as you possibly can. So full disclosure, I've always had problems getting my pizza from the paddle to the stone without spilling all of the pizza all over the oven. So I have found these round parchment circles made for, pizza stones that help tremendously. So I transfer my pizza dough to the circle and I build it on the circle, and all I have to do is transfer it by just pulling on the parchment circle, transferring to the pizza stone. So it's very easy. Now, I will say you don't necessarily have to buy the pre-made circles because you can just use regular parchment paper just as long as it overlaps the sides. Now, what I'm doing here is I like to kind of crimp my edges a little bit just to make it look a little bit nicer and to help form a more of a circle shape. As you see, it's not perfect, but this is homemade pizza. It doesn't have to be. So let's just get right to building the pizza and putting the ingredients on. I always like to brush my pizza with melted butter and garlic. So I basically just melt some butter, I add some garlic powder, and I brush that all over the dough. This just adds flavor, and it's a must for me. So if you haven't done it before, give it a try. It will really add a lot of flavor to your crust. So now I'm going to put down a layer of the white sauce. Now, as I mentioned, this sauce is really, really good. I mean, I'm going to always use this sauce because I'm going for more of a white pizza, and I think white pizza sauce goes really well with this recipe. I mean, you could use tomato sauce, but I definitely prefer the white, and you can also make your own. But for me, I'm not going to go through all that trouble when the sauce is really good. So take note of it. I went over the name and everything in the beginning, and you can find it in your local grocery store next to the regular pizza sauce. So now I'm going to put down a layer of the Fontina cheese. Now I will say this is my first time ever using Fontina cheese, and I will always use it with this recipe. I don't know, it's something about the Fontina cheese with shrimp that was really good. So as I mentioned, I do a combination of Fontina, mozzarella, and provolone. But use whatever, of course, you want to use. But I just wanted to let you know that the Fontina cheese is really good. It's a little pricey, but you know, if you can splurge a little bit on it, definitely go for it. So now I'm putting the par cooked shrimp down, and as I mentioned, I like to, you know, cook it for about 2 minutes, not long at all, but just enough to give it a head start because this pizza cooks really fast on a pizza stone. It's only going to take about 12 minutes. So this way I'm really sure that the shrimp will be cooked through. And I like to put a lot of shrimp because I like every bite to have some shrimp. As you can see, I'm really meticulous with the placement of my toppings. So now I'm adding the corn. Now, I did not cook this corn. All I did was drain it. That's all you need to do. And this fire roasted corn was really good. I love corn, so I really think the corn and the bacon really makes this pizza. So I'm going to add the corn all over. Use as much as you want. I did not use the entire can, but I just used enough to make sure that there was a good amount of corn on this pizza. I do not skimp on the toppings, as you can see. Now I'm going to add the crumbled bacon. I think I did about 4 or 5 slices, and that was perfect for good coverage and making sure that there was bacon in every bite. Now, I think what I'm going to do when I make this pizza again, I may try to add caramelized onions. That just sounds really good to me. Now, I will admit this pizza is absolutely delicious and does not need a thing, but I'm always looking for ways to amp up the flavor, so I may give that a try. So now, after I finish adding the bacon, I'm going to top it with a little bit of the mozzarella and provolone cheese mixture. So put as much cheese as you want. I do like a cheesy pizza, but adding cheese on top of the ingredients will help them stay in place. So make sure that you do that. And you see, I'm not adding a whole lot, but the combination of the 3 cheeses is really, really good. So this will just help the ingredients stay in place. And now I'm going to top it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I always use this on top of my pizza. It actually gives it a nice little crusty crispiness on top that I really like. And then I'm going to top it with oregano. If you've never topped your pizzas with oregano, you're missing out. It gives a very, very good flavor. So now we're ready to put it in a 500-degree oven for about 12 minutes. So here it is right out of the oven. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, it just looks delicious. And I will say, this is my favorite pizza now over the traditional pepperoni pizza. I would take this any day. I hope you decide to make it. And if you do, leave me a comment below. Let me know how you liked it. I want to thank you for watching. And as always, I can't wait to come back with another video. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. Give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, happy cooking.